On today's Magic Show, we're going to look at cards. They attack, but they also protect. In fact, some of them will probably attack by defending. We're going to start off with Legolas's Quick Reflexes. This is a green instant. Now, it's got split second, so don't blink or you're going to miss it. Untap target creature, and until end of turn, it gains hexproof. That's the defense. Reach, and whenever this creature becomes tapped, it deals damage equal to its power to up to one target creature. So if it has a tap ability on it, it's already going to zap something straight to its death. So next, let's take a look at Christopher B. Does Christopher B understand today's idea? We're starting with the Blight Pile. What kind of pile is this? Now, this is a 2-mana 3/3. Ooh, this is a great example. It's got Defender, so it's going to defend. But also for 3 mana, tap each opponent loses X life, where X is the number of creatures with Defender you control. So the more you defend, the more you attack. I love this one. This is actually a fantastic... I mean, this could easily be the thumbnail of today's show. So while we wait for people to show up, it looks like it's going to be the show of Christopher B. Christopher B has a lot of cards. We got No Mercy. I know we're showing up out of nowhere on a wonderful Sunday afternoon. Quite unusual. Hello, John. Thank you for being here. No Mercy is a 4-mana enchantment. Whenever a creature deals damage to you, we also destroy it. Now, you better be very careful coming at me. So basically, if you come at the king, you best not miss. But if you don't miss, it looks like that's going to be the last swing you take at the king. You leaving tomorrow? That's right. If you're watching the replay, I'm going to come back tomorrow, actually. So I'm leaving tomorrow on my trip, on my vacation. But if you're watching this on the replay, I'm probably coming back immediately the next day. Okay, John, we got Pride of the Whole Clade. Pride of the Whole Clade. What's the category? The cards, they need to attack, but they also need to protect. By default, they have to protect, but then they also attack. So the Pride of the Whole Clade is a 11 mana 2/15. It's a Crocodile Elk Turtle. It's got Defender. So it's got the protect part of it. This spell costs X less to cast, where X is the total toughness of creatures you control. It's got a big enough butt by itself. And for 4 mana, until end of turn, target creature you control gets +1/+0 and gains whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player. Draw cards equal to its toughness and can attack. Oh, as though it didn't have Defender. Oh, literally is going to defend and attack personally by itself. Get in that red zone. Okay, next up, we've got Indiana Jones with the Heavy Ballista. The Crocodile Elk Turtle. Oh, we got an old one. It's an oldie. It's like they got a big. It's like, how to defeat... We need to reinvent the bow and arrow. All right, we're going to make it bigger, like a much bigger bow and arrow. Anyway, this is a ballista, though. 4 mana for a 2/3 human soldier. Tap Heavy Ballista, deals 2 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. All right. So if you're 2 damage to blocking to target attacking. Yep, that's right. So in some sense, you are. So it's funny, when they're attacking, you're defending. When they're blocking, you're attacking. That works out perfectly for me. Next up, we've got Just Wants Teysa. The Envoy of Ghosts. Just not a person that often gets in the show, but now is in the red zone. 7 mana for a 4/4 human advisor. Vigilance, protection from creatures. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to you, however, we're going to blow it up. Destroy that creature, and we create a 1/1 white and black spirit creature token with flying. Wow, that's funny. In the afterlife, those creatures, they've betrayed their owner. They're now ours. How does this show work? It's got to be cards that defend you in some way, but also they're on the offense in some capacity. Okay, we got Yuchen, Doran Siege Tower. Yeah, a lot of Doran cards would make this show, wouldn't they? This is a 3 mana 0/5. So, each creature assigns combat damage to its toughness rather than its power. So when it's blocking, big toughness. But when they're attacking, they actually deal more damage than you would think. More than 0. Mappius with the Wicked Wolf. Like the Wicked Wolf of the West. Oh, that's the witch. Not exactly sure what the show is about, but here we go. All right, well, you know what? You're allowed to take a random shot in the dark. So 4 mana, 3/3. When Wicked Wolf enters the battlefield, it fights up to one target creature you don't control. All right, that's half the battle. Sacrifice a food. Put a +1/+1 counter on Wicked Wolf. It gains indestructible. It can attack and it also can protect. I love it. This is exactly what the show is about. 100%. Maybe this is going to be the thumbnail to my show. The Wicked Wolf. Great idea. Calvin with is Brash Taunter gonna work? I guess so, actually. Yeah, very good. Whoops, not the Brash Raunter, the Brash Taunter. 5 mana, 1/1. So on defense, it's perfect. It's got indestructible. But there's more. When it's dealt damage, it's gonna deal that much damage right back at you. So stop punching yourself when you end up fighting the Brash Taunter. Also can start its own fight for 3 mana. Fights another target creature. It's like a bit like this is like a bit of a meme card because I assume this is just some very small goblin that's like, hey, you want to fight? And literally can't win almost any fight anywhere. Can only fight children. Very short, very small. Elixir with high alert. David says you could give any creature with vigilance at this point low key. Yeah, you could. High Alert is a 3-mana enchantment. Each creature you control assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. Creatures you control can attack as though they didn't have Defender. This sounds like this goes into a defensive deck, and then for 4 mana, untap target creature. This is very loose, but I'll allow it. Very, 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 very loose. It's not very clear how this card... Well, no, I guess you can untap the creature. That's defense. Yeah, you need to untap your creature in order to block. It's only one way. There's no other way. Pedgeman showing up on a Sunday. Banned in Standard, the Screaming Nemesis. Is this gonna count? Well, what was your commentary? Which is offense and defense all rolled up in one? Well, let's see. Because I know Screaming Nemesis is offense and no defense. 3 mana for a 3/3 with haste. When Screaming Nemesis is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to any other target. Yes. If a player is dealt damage this way, they can't gain life for the rest of the game. I think this is more offense. So it's the card has haste. Okay, you know what? I am going to count this. If it gets blocked, if you block with this card, it then redeflects the damage to something else. So I can look at it that way, and that's perfectly fine. I will count it. We got Remco with Arcades the Strategist. A lot of Arcades cards. We've got for 4 mana a 3/5 Elder Dragon, Flying and Vigilance. Whenever a creature with Defender enters the battlefield under your control, that's value. You draw a card. Each creature you control with Defender assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power and can attack as though it didn't have Defender. All right. This is definitely in the type of deck. It's like attack by defending deck. Arcades the Strategist, probably the commander for such a deck. I guess it's like a toss-up. Do you want Arcades the Strategist or do you want Doran the Siege Tower? They literally made blue. This is blue Doran, right? It's just blue Doran, nothing else. Mercenary with a Chroma Angel of Wrath. Does this? I don't know if this is gonna count. It says 8 mana, 6/6 flying, first strike, vigilance, trample, haste, protection from black, and protection from red. Like, it has built-in protection, but it doesn't give like a sort of protection. This is just all offense. And I mean, in theory, it has protection for defense, but it doesn't like give any protection. If you know what I mean. This one doesn't. This one feels a bit off. There are some other cards that were close. This is not close enough. Give me another card, Mercenary. Okay, Gillum, the Ether Membrane. Ether Membrane, 3 mana, 0/5, Defender and Reach. Whenever Ether Membrane blocks a creature, return that creature to its owner's hand at end of combat. That is just weird. It's so weird. So, yeah. You get an unsummon, infinite unsummons out of your Ether Membrane. There's a consequence to attack into that ether membrane, that's for sure. Just says, this will be the first day I've had 3 different live streams, maybe 4, but 2 are historians. Moxman up is next at 5:30 p.m., then historian at 9 p.m. Holy crap, you have quite the loaded day, Jess. Oh boy, with sudden spoiling. Sudden spoiling, 3 mana instant with split second. Until end of turn, creatures target player controls lose all abilities and have base power and toughness 0-2. No offense, actually. All defense. We need a little bit more offense here. It got to protect, and it has to have 2 aspects to it. There's got to be a protect, and there has to be an attack. This is, I think, all protect, no attack. For the most part. Or if you look at this as the proactive part, I don't know how you're defending. I think it's more defense than attack in this case. Okay, Turiot with Ember Wild Captain. Ember Wild. The cat. It's a Djinn pirate. It's sort of a new Djinn, in fact. 4 mana for a 4/2. When Ember Wild Captain enters the battlefield, you become the monarch. Whenever an opponent attacks you while you're the monarch, Ember Wild Captain deals damage to that player equal to the number of cards in their hand. So if you... Yes, it's like... It's a bit of a weird one. You're sort of defending yourself by punishing the opponent with damage. Good enough for me. Oh, Fin Grinder with deflecting palm. There's no greater way to defend by attacking by just redirecting the damage right at somebody. 2 mana instant. The next time a source of your choice would deal damage to you, prevent that damage. If the damage is prevented this way, deflecting palm deals that much damage to that source's controller. They're gonna feel it in the morning. I'm telling you, they're gonna feel it in the morning. This actually... Okay, now this probably should be the card to represent this show. There's no better way. Watch out! You can get smacked by the deflecting palm. Vec with Reverberation. Reverberation. Holy crap, that card looks old. 4 mana instant. Damage from 1 sorcery spell is redirected to its counter. Sorry, its caster. It's almost like a counter. It's like a 4 mana counter, but specifically for the burn spells. We got Shining. Okay, Mercenary. Whoops, where am I going? Whoops. Whoop. Where am I? Shining Shoal. That's a great example. This is a double white X instant. You may remove a white card with converted mana cost X in your hand from the game rather than pay Shining Shoal's mana cost. Now, the next X damage that a source of your choice would deal to you or a creature you control this turn is dealt to target creature or player instead. So you can remove a white card in your hand from the game, play this for free, and whatever damage you dealt to my creatures, well, I do it to you. Next time they do like blasphemous acts, they're gonna be so sorry that they did that. They're a fool. I'll exile a 10 mana white card from my hand in order to pay the Shining Shoal's mana cost there. Sir Stanley the Stumbler with Glare Caster. What is this? 6 mana for a 3/3 flyer, Bird Cleric. So for 6 mana, the next time damage would be dealt to Glare Caster or you this turn, that damage is dealt to target creature or player instead. Excellent play. Although they're gonna see this one coming. The only problem is they're gonna see this one coming. The Shining Shoal they're not gonna see coming because it can be played for nothing. You can be tapped out and play that card. Next up we've got Christopher B says, reminder that combat damage is dealt all at once. It doesn't specify source. Don't worry, Jess. No show is beyond your skill level, and I appreciate every single time you're here. David, Masako the Humorless. So what you're telling me is this person will never be seen in a comedy club. Or gal. Okay, we have a 3 mana 2/1 human advisor. You may play Masako the Humorless at any time. You could play an instant. Tap creatures you control may block as though they were untapped. I like this card. You can go on the attack. Don't worry. Because somehow, so long as you're tapped, you can still also protect. As if, what does that look like online when you play this card? Like, can you block with a tapped creature? I don't know what that looks like. I'm curious. I should play like a Masako the Humorless deck on Magic Online just to see what happens. Does a tapped creature actually block other creatures? Masako used to be total jank, but I knew there was a sleeper this whole time. You better believe it. Masako is an ambusher. Definitely. And she's not joking. No humor at all. Okay, we're going to take a look at more of these cards that attack by protecting, but we got to thank today's sponsor, FusionGamingOnline.com, my favorite place to get my aggressive and defensive Magic the Gathering cards. Not to mention, you can pre-order the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cards, or maybe they're already out by then, by the time you see this show. Get them all at FusionGamingOnline.com. And don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu at checkout to get 5% off all your purchases, and it supports the channel. And I'd really appreciate it. Okay, we need more defensive cards that also attack. Okay, Bryce doesn't have a card. Blazing Archon. Creatures can't attack you. Oh, but it can all... and it's flying. Good enough. All right, I'll count it. It does protect. And it's a pretty big creature, so it also attack. Only because it has flying. And it's really, and it's a really expensive card at that. Islarf, Absolute Virtue. Yeah, this person looks... They look very, very, very virtuous. We have an 8-mana, 8/8 Avatar Warrior, and now it can't be countered. It's got a little protection, flying. You have protection from each of your opponents. Okay, I'm gonna let this one slide too, but these aren't very... How do I put it? They're not displaying their attack potential. Although, like, they're big creatures. Like, don't get me wrong. They're big. They fly. They can fly over the opponent's stuff. It's a beefy flyer. Yeah, but it doesn't explicitly, like, fight anything. We did Brash Tarner, we've done that one. I hope we're not going to run out of cards, like, super fast. That'd be awful. Next, we've got Protection Gives Unblockable. Yeah, it's protection. It's defense. Oh, do you know what? Oh, you have protection from each of your opponents. Oh, do you know what? It's a good point. Lets you get in an attack. Okay, do you know what? I could sort of get behind that. It does 8 damage every turn. Okay. What's your point? Marcio with Revenge of Ravens. Revenge of Ravens is a 4-mana enchantment. Whenever a creature attacks you or a planeswalker you control, that creature's controller loses 1 life, and you gain 1 life. Whenever a creature attacks you or planeswalker... I like it. To be honest, it's more like a counter punch, if anything. You're still going to get smacked in the face, but, you know, you're going to... But no, you do gain 1 life. You know what? We can't forget about that. You know, every life matters. Every single 1 life, it adds up to many lives. How many times I wish my opponent was at 0 and they were actually at 1 thanks to all their life gain. I'd argue Phyrexian Obliterator counts. Phyrexian Obliterator. Do you know what? I guess it does. Whether you're blocking this thing or someone's attacking into this card, I mean, they're screwed. So for 4 mana, it's a 5/5 Trampler. Whenever a source deals damage to Phyrexian Obliterator, that source's controller sacrifices that many permanents. So when it's on defense and you attack into it, I mean, that's your fault. That's completely your fault. I don't know. No, God, you're going to lose half your board if you deal even 5 damage to this card. We've got Benjamin Berkey, Jareth, Leonin Titan. Jareth. Probably. Okay, we have a 6-mana 4/7 Cat Giant. Whenever Jareth, Leonin Titan blocks, it gets +7/+7 until end of turn. I would say that ability by itself, it counts. You know, it gets more aggressive when it's on defense. And then for a white, Jareth gains protection from the color of your choice until end of turn. I love the card. Put in your cat deck. It's a fantastic example. Don't worry, you guys, use confidence. You know how this show works. So far, like most people, they basically get it. Z-Man Vader with Weathered Sentinels. Weathered This defender card. 3 mana for a 2/5. Defender, Vigilance, Reach, and Trample. The creature can attack, however, players who attack you this turn, their last turn, as though it didn't have defender. So if you come after me, it's like in that game where I don't know, you break something and then all of a sudden the walls and the statues come alive. Whenever this creature attacks, it gets +3/+3 and gains indestructible until end of turn. Excellent example. Bell with Misdirection. This is one of my favorite cards in my entire life. But I like the original Masks block art. I have a foil of this. I'm going to die with that foil. This is a 5 mana instant. You may remove a blue card in your hand from the game instead of paying Misdirection's mana cost. Target spell with a single target targets another target instead. Frankly, I like the original Oracle, not the original Oracle. I like the ancient scripture. It's more of a tongue twister. Target spell with a single target targets another target instead. They literally said the same word 4 times. Yeah, they said the same word 4 times. These days, it's change the target of target spell with a single target. So they got rid of one target. They dropped a target. Anyway, you defend yourself by redeflecting their card back at them. Let's go with Hexenort. Cosmogrand Zenith. Cosmogrand. I had a poor copy of that exact foil. What does a poor copy mean? Like it was heavily played? Okay, Cosmogrand Zenith is a 3 mana 2/4 human soldier. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, choose one. Create 2 1/1 white human creature. Put 2 1/1 white human soldier creature tokens. That's the attack. And also put a +1/+1 counter on each of those creatures you control. That's the defense. 10 out of 10. We got Dead Heading with Fork. I don't actually know what Fork does. Okay, so it's a double red instant. Copy target instant or sorcery spell, except that copy is red. You may choose new targets for the copy. All right, so you're going to sort of... Basically, an eye for an eye. You'll defend yourself by blasting your opponent for the same thing that they blasted you with. The big squig, Aurelia. The law above, redeem me. I will redeem you. You can get redemption. Aurelia is a 5 mana 4/4 angel, flying, vigilance, haste. Whenever a player attacks with 3 or more creatures, you draw a card. Whenever a player attacks with 5 or more creatures, Aurelia the Law above deals 3 damage to each of your opponents and you gain 3 life. Okay, so when they attack, we defend by blasting them back. I like it. I like it. My friend's daughter is named Aurelia. Is that like a normal name, or is that a Magic the Gathering name? Jace is not a normal name as far as I'm concerned. Jace is 100% like a Magic the Gathering name. Sounds like a normal name. Sounds normalish enough anyhow. We got Buzz Rickson. Abu Jafar. Abu! Is this the block and get rid of them or something? Abu Jafar is a white human for white. When this creature dies, destroy all creatures blocking or blocked with. They can't be regenerated. 100%. Went down, Abu Jafar went down with the ship. Actually, maybe Abu Jafar is still alive. We just know that whoever went down with them is gone. It's gone for good. You get a card yet, Felicia? This Chalice of Life. Oh, it's a transform card. 3 mana artifact. Tap to gain 1 life. So why not? Then if you have at least 10 life more than your starting life total, we transform the artifact into the Chalice of Death. Now all of a sudden people are losing their life for 5 life a turn. You have to have 10 more life total. 10 more life. This is gonna be an awkward card to play in a deck because you play it to build around life gain, and then you're on. I don't know, maybe an angel deck could play this because you're like incidentally gaining life, and then at some point you got to close out the game. Did I double disqualify you, old boy? Double redemption, Ink Shield. And I got Virtue wrong. It only gives protection to oneself. That's okay. Okay, Ink Shield is a 5-mana instant. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to you this turn. That's fine. For each 1 damage prevented this way, we create the army. Create a 2/1. Oh, it's not big, not a big army, but we still get a 2/1 white and black Inkling creature token with flying. I thought it'd be bigger. I thought we were gonna get more of an army. I thought we were gonna get like a 2/1 for each 1 damage we prevented. 1/2/1 for like this is the most expensive fog in the game, I think. Anyway, it's not that bad. Marcio with the super chat. Thank you very much for your super chat, Marcio. I'd argue Brood Warden. I'll tell you this much. You super chatted, so your argument's going to be right. Counts as you attack with your 0/1 blockers. Well, you sort of have to buff up the blockers. 5 mana for a 4/4. Eldrazi spawns you. Oh, it doesn't even make any spawns. Eldrazi spawn creatures you control get +2, +1. Okay, if you combine it with a bunch of spawns which are on defense, this thing will attack. Help make those spawns attack. What's interesting is it's Eldrazi. It should be Eldrazi tokens. Because, well, they didn't know they would come out with Eldrazi scions. But it should have been Eldrazi tokens. They had to future-proof this card. Doesn't even buff up the damn... does not buff up tokens. Wait, did I not read something? It's 1/1 per damage. Oh, it was! Because that's what I assumed it was going to be. For each 1 damage prevented this way, create... Okay, I just forgot about that. Okay, this card's insane. That's great. That's a great card. In my mind, that's how it's supposed to work. And then I read it, and I'm like, oh, that's not how it works. Oh, wait, no, that's actually how it works. Yeah, it is a 2/1 flying token for each damage prevented this way. What do you know? I haven't seen Nikachu eat snacks during the show yet. It's such a bad idea. Like, you guys want to hear me eat food? Brood Warden. Eldrazi spawn creature you control get +2, +1. This is good. No, it's sort of like an unwritten rule. Don't eat on stream. No crunchy stuff. Nothing. No chicken. Chewing is disgusting. And moving on, we got no 2 cards yet now? Pedgeman with the underrated Comeuppance. Let's see. We have a 4-mana instant. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to you and planeswalkers you control this turn by sources you don't control. If damage from a creature source is prevented this way, Comeuppance deals that much damage to that creature. If damage from a non-creature source is prevented this way, Comeuppance deals that much damage to the source's controller. So we are defending, and we're also attacking. Yeah, we might have a lot of interesting fogs on today's show. Fogs I've never seen before. Does Spike Weaver count? Probably not. I think it's only defense, right? I don't remember. Oh, no, but yeah, you can buff it up. Comes into play with 3 +1/+1 counters on it. So for 2 mana, you can remove a +1/+1 counter to put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. That's the attack. And then for 1 mana, remove a +1/+1 counter from Spike Feeder. Creatures deal no damage this turn. That's the defense. Good stuff. Z-Man Vader, ASMR, Nikachu eats snacks while doing custom card reviews, while sometimes getting surprised by filling a bingo spot. That's how it would work. Calvin, we did deflecting. Palm, sorry about that, Calvin. That's okay. You can try another one. Firefox hasn't got a card yet. Selfless Squire. This is a 4-mana 1/1 with flash. This better do something insane. When Selfless Squire enters the battlefield, prevent all damage that would be dealt to you this turn. That's right. Whatever damage that would be dealt to you is prevented. Put that many +1/+1 counters on your selfless Squire. She's not gonna be so selfless soon enough. She's gonna get into the red zone, big and strong. Cody's like, please do not eat band talk because of increased chance to choke. Do not eat. Oh, you mean like if you were part of a band or something while singing? It's the only way I'm interpreting that. Okay, Sulfum, take the bait. Just got here, so I'm not even sure I understand the category. That's okay. Take the bait. We learn through failure, Sulfum. This is a 4-mana instant. Cast this spell only during an opponent's turn and only during combat. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to you and planeswalkers you control this turn. So far, so good. Untap all attacking creatures and goad them. After this phase, there's an additional combat phase. I like it. That attack backfired big time. But not also in time for us to thank our other sponsor, Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards on Magic Online. The ability, my favorite platform for playtesting Magic the Gathering. There's no greater place to get the cutting edge experience against very strong players, whether for all the competitive formats, Standard, Pioneer, Modern, and more. You can support the channel renting with Mana Traders on Magic Online by using coupon code Nikachu _649 for 40% cash back on your 3rd month subscription. I should do a poll, like how many of you even use Mana Traders? There's a lot of people out there, they love MTG Arena. Just to do some, just some data collecting. They mean don't eat and talk. Oh, it's terrible. Well, I can do it. I've been eating and talking my entire life, just not on stream. Rin, battle menu? It's gotta be a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle card, right? No, it's Final Fantasy. It was a Universes Beyond card, I knew it. There is no battle menu in the original Magic the Gathering lore. 2-mana instant, choose one. You can attack. Create a 2/2 white knight creature token. Ability. Target creature gets +0/+4 until end of turn. Also has magic. Destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. So we do have ability. Ability is the defense. And also destroying the creature, that is the attack. You can also gain 4 life. It actually has 2 aggressive modes and 2 defensive modes. Oh, but you only choose... Oh, there is a problem here. You can only choose one. This actually, I would say this fails. If you could choose 2, that works. But you're only allowed to choose 1 here. All these cards have one thing in common. You can do all of them at once. So this one actually is it's a failure by technicality, but it's a very interesting card anyway. Anything else with Universes Beyond aside? I can't stand official cards being this level of meta. Official, huh? But is it modal? It is modal. Yeah, you choose 1. Can't choose 2 though. You could choose, if you could choose 2, like a cryptic command, I would count this thing. Okay, next up, Argentina with Reconnaissance. Reconnaissance. Okay, we got a Reconnaissance is a white enchantment for 0. Remove target attacking creature you control from combat and untap it. Huh? Remove target attacking creature we control from combat. So we defend, but it does. This one doesn't count. It doesn't. I have no idea what the aggressive form of this is. This says no attack at all. It's got defense, so it's protecting your creature from dying from an unsightly looking block. It's a very interesting card too, but no attack. Remove them after the damage step so they can block. There's nothing aggressive about this card. You can do it after the damage is inflicted. You mean after the damage step? Of course you do it after the damage step. There is a step after damage, but before combat ends. Remove target attacking creature you control from combat and untap it. No, but like, are you guys assuming there's damage on the stack in this game? Okay, there might be something I'm completely missing. You are allowed to attack, then pull back all your attackers. It's basically the creatures have vigilance. I'm disqualifying it. I understand everybody's opinion. The card itself, the other creatures are aggressive. This card is not. This is a very defensive card. Yes, I think it's defensive enough. Okay, now we've got the Marcio. Marcio back with the super chat. White Sun Zenith for X greater than 5. It is a triple white with X. Instant, create X 2/2 white cat creature tokens. Shuffle White Sun Zenith into its owner's library. I don't get it. It is but actually no. I do consider these cards aggressive and defensive because they're instant speed. Like I've been blown away. I've been blown out by cards like this like millions of times. Where okay, I attack with a bunch of creatures and then they like okay make a bunch of 2/2s, block your stuff, they die, and then the 2/2 creatures on the board. Oh, Twilight, not okay. Well, this one did count anyway. What did I miss? White, you said White Sun Zenith. This is White Sun Zenith. The wrong White Sun. Okay, what Twilight? Oh, White Sun's Twilight. White Sun's Twilight. I never heard of this card. Oh, you did say Twilight. Okay, Twilight. Double white and an X. This is a sorcery, though. Okay, so you gain X life. So that's your defense. Create X. 1/1 create X 1/1 colorless Phyrexian Might artifact creature tokens with toxic 1, and this creature can't block. If X is 5 or more, destroy all other creatures. Definitely counts. Christopher B says, I realize those stupid books have given us an allergy to the word, but come on. Oh, the Twilight? Nikachu not beating the allegations? I don't get it. I'm missing some context here. Indiana Jones with Deserts from Arabian Nights. Used to be somewhat playable against small aggro creature decks. For a taps for a colorless and also taps Desert deals 1 damage to target attacking creature. Activate only during the end of combat step. I love it. We need to bring Desert back. Is this my? It's a modern playable card. Activate only during the end. Oh, but I have to get hit by the card first. It's interesting. No, there's not enough 1 toughness creatures in Modern right now. Just that Bowmasters, and they're probably not going to tap their Bowmasters. You can kill it, though. I like that. I like that a lot. What else does it kill? I could even block with a creature and then... You know what? This is making me think. This is making me think. Can we give the land a death touch? Very sus land. We have to animate it. Okay, Turiat with Brave the Elements. I used to get destroyed by this card all the time when mono white humans are good in Pioneer. It's actually true. Okay, so for a white instant, you can defend your creatures by choosing a color and protect yourself from removal. White creatures you control gain protection from the chosen color until end of turn. But it was also used for an alpha strike. So if you're up against mostly a monocolor deck, like mono red, mono green, mono blue, mono black, if you just need to get your damage in, you're like, okay, choose a color. I choose black. All your creatures are black. Attack through for win. GG. Next, we're going to look at Z-Man Vader's Dusk Dawn. Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one. Dusk. It's curtains for all of you. For a 4 mana sorcery, destroy all creatures with power 3 or greater. But there's also Dawn. It's okay. They can come back. For 5 mana, it's got Aftermath. Return all creature cards with power 2 or less from your graveyard to your hand. So the card is... Oh, but it doesn't have a protect. It doesn't have an attack. Return all creatures. No, well, okay. I'll count this one. We're getting our creatures back. They stole our creatures, but they're going to come back. Actually, we might have blown up our own creatures as well. Yeah. Sorry, Marcio. I meant to click on Remco. Surge Engine. Firefox, I don't think this one is defensive just because of life, is it? The life you gained isn't attacking. Where? Brave was which was the life? I have no idea which one you're talking about. You gain X life. Create X 1/1 colorless might artifact creature tokens with toxic 1, and this creature can't block. If X is 5 or more, you destroy all other creatures. To be fair, the mites actually can't block. I think the defense is supposed to be the X life. Oh, don't worry, Fireflox. That was a super chat, and the rules are certainly bent a little bit for the super chatters. It's a pay-to-win show, you know. What's really actually funny is the one that I accidentally looked for definitely was defense and attack. Surge Engine. 2 mana, 3/2. This has got a lot of words on it. It defends, but you know what? It can also attack. For a blue, Surge Engine loses defender and gains this creature. It can't be blocked. I forget this card exists. That is awesome. Loses defender and gains this creature. It's an unblockable. It's basically an unblockable 3/2. Oh, but I can't attack with it immediately. But I can activate that ability at instant speed. I really like this. It's sort of, I think it's like a 2 mana card that I can sort of attack with. It's a 2 mana 3/2. Anyway, okay, for 3 mana, Surge Engine becomes blue and has base power and toughness 5/4. Activate only if Surge Engine doesn't have defender. And for 6 mana, draw 3 cards. Activate only if Surge Engine is blue and only once. I love this. I really like this card. I'm like, maybe I can play this in Merfolk and Modern. I could play this. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing that says I can't play this card. I could use some cards too. Oh, we got next up. Board wipes are defensive. No, yes, absolutely, they're defensive. The board wipe is defensive. It can be interpreted as defensive or offensive, depending on the situation. Benjamin Berkey with Power Stone Minefield. Power Stone Minefield is a 4 mana enchantment. Whenever a creature attacks or blocks, Power Stone Minefield deals 2 damage to it. I love the card. If you attack, you're screwed. If you block, you're also screwed. You're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't. We got Mercenary with Restoration Angel. I don't know how much attack this is. 4 mana for a 3/4. It's a lot of defense. Flash, flying. When the creature enters, you may exile target non-angel creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under your control. I think this is a little too much defense. This is like, I don't know many people that were super aggro with like, I mean, I understand you can like blink things for value, but then it's like a little ambiguous how you're attacking. Next, let's go with Old Boy with Sunfall. This is like a board wipe that leaves creatures. 5 mana sorcery, exile all creatures, incubate X, where X is the number of creatures exiled this way. Get a big creature. But they still have to pay mana for this. Yeah, create an incubator token with X +1/+1 counters on it, and pay 2, transform this artifact. It transforms into a 0/0 artifact creature token. Lestian joins the party with Zetulpa. Primal Dawn. This is one of those. It's one of those commander cards that like everyone knows except me. It's an 8 mana 4/8 flying, double strike, vigilance, trample, and indestructible. Okay. I should retroactively allow that Achroma. But like this is one of those cards. It's like it's got the defense, but it's not clear. Like it's just like it's a big creature, you know what I mean? It's a big creature. We had a few of these already. It's got some protection, but at the same, it's like a Chroma 2.0. So I guess I gotta retroactively say the last Achroma counted. Okay, Tresaru. You didn't get a card? Cacophony Unleashed. Okay, what's the thing with the Unleashed? This is a 7 mana enchantment. When Cacophony Unleashed enters the battlefield, if you cast it, destroy all non-enchantment creatures. Whenever Cacophony Unleashed or another enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, until end of turn, Cacophony Unleashed becomes a legendary 6/6 Nightmare God creature with menace and death touch, and it's still an enchantment. So it does protect, and it can most certainly attack. It's going to get in that red zone. The Big Squig says, I swear Zetulpa is in every white commander precon. People love their Zetulpas. Zetulpa is so popular. Firefox says, I have no idea how this message appeared now, but it was White Suns. Yes, that's correct. Voltlin, Firesong, and Sunspeaker. Fire Song and Sunspeaker is a 6-mana 4/6 Minotaur Cleric. Red instant and sorcery spells you control have lifelink. Gain a little bit of life. Whenever a white instant or sorcery spell causes you to gain life, Fire Song and Sunspeaker deals 3 damage to target creature or player. Okay, so we actually deal damage by our own life gain. Our own protection. Next up, Islarf with Kindred Dominance. Kindred Dominance is a 7-mana sorcery. Choose a creature type. Destroy all creatures that aren't of the chosen type. No attack. It's more defense than attack around here. That one definitely gets disqualified. I understand you might like one-sided Plague Wind, like Elves Away, which lets you get for an attack, but it's a little too ambiguous. It can be a little bit more directly attacking and defending at the same time. Just says, did you know someone set up speakers and an MP3 player to solar panels in Africa and just plays Africa by Toto? I have no idea what that means. Are you saying like the solar panels can play music? One-sided board wipes? I board wipe aggressively. Maybe that's my playstyle. We love board wipes. Firefox says, guys, what was the card that gave +X where X is the difference between power and toughness? Someone help Firefox over there. Charles, New Way Forward. New Way Forward is a 5-mana instant. The next time a source of your choice would deal damage to you this turn, prevent that damage. When damage is prevented this way. New Way Forward deals that much damage to that source's control. And also, oh my god, you draw some cards out of it. It's value too. There was some protect. What was it? It attacked, it protected, and it cashed in on the situation as well. Marcio for the 3rd card. You can have as many cards as you want, Marcio, as long as you pay for them. Gary the Snail. Is this a real? Okay, I just public service announcement to everyone that doesn't know. Do not eat snails. Snails, they look sort of pathetic. They actually can kill you. They're full of toxins that will just make you will die. It'll go straight to your brain, and then your brain will stop working. Just public service announcement. Don't eat the snail. If you're very hungry and you're like, oh, you know what? A lot of things eat snails. I could probably eat this too. No, you're wrong, actually. People who eat the snails, they're going to be they depending on the snail, and you may not know which ones are toxic or not. Do not eat the snails. Christopher B says, listen to Timon and Pumbaa. Do not eat snails, especially if they talk. Really? I didn't catch that part. Okay, we have Gary the Snail, which is just Toxrill the Corrosive. At the beginning of each end step, put a slime counter on each creature you don't control. Creatures you don't control get -1/-1 for each slime counter on them. Whenever a creature you don't control with a slime counter on it dies, create a 1/1 black slug creature token. So as we defend ourselves, we are actually creating an army. And for 2 mana, sacrifice a slug to draw a card. Don't eat it, though. Solfam says, they are gross, so no worries on me eating any. Some people like the slimy is good. The slimier, the better. Some Chinese food is very, very slimy. They like that slimy stuff. When I mean by Chinese food, I mean like American Chinese food. Next we've got... Let's get Solfam here with Taunt from Rampart? Stop your opponents from blocking and attacking you for a bit. So we have a 5-mana sorcery. Goad all creatures your opponents control. So they have to attack everyone except you. Until your next turn, those creatures can't block. Oh, okay. So like if they're goading, they goad all creatures your opponents could. So they have to attack each other, and also it defends you at the same time. That's right. I think that works perfectly. All French people they like eating the snails. Well, I guess it's like the puffer fish. I mean, if they can buy the snails from a reputable place, a reputable restaurant, it'll be fine. I don't think the restaurant will serve them something that'll kill them. Mercenary with the Blinding Angel. Okay, we have. Oh, do you do what I would count this? We got a 5 mana 2/4 flyer, and when it deals combat damage to a player, that player skips their next combat step. In this case, we're more like attacking to defend, but well, it's good enough for me. Benjamin Burke is a huge fan of the Blinding Angel. When was the last time they reprinted this thing? Oh my god, this is hideous. This is awful. This is like just downright scary looking. There's like no printings of Blinding, very few printings of Blinding Angel. That was the secret lair. How did we go from this to this? It's turning out the lights, Sally Sparrow. I don't know what this was for, what this for, where this is from. I don't like it. That's all I can say. I don't like it. Okay, we have Hexenort with Aang, Swift, Savior. We saw this the other day. We have a 3 mana 2/3 human advisor. Sorry, human avatar ally. Flash and flying. When it enters, airbend up to one other target creature or spell. Also, we can waterbend for 8 to transform this card to a reach trampler. That is Aang. That's the same Aang we always knew. When Aang and La attack, put a +1/+1 counter on each tapped creature you control. I don't see the defense in this card. You airbend to make an attack. There's no defense on this card. Disqualified. I see only attack everywhere. Bulky that hasn't got a card. Vengeful Pharaoh. I like this one. Okay, 5 mana for a 5/4 zombie with Death Touch. Whenever combat damage is dealt to you or a planeswalker you control, if Vengeful Pharaoh is in your graveyard, destroy target attacking creature. Then put Vengeful Pharaoh on top of your library. Of course, you're going to get that Vengeful Pharaoh back. But the good news is the creature that attacked you is dead. Islar says, Doc Who, they're an immortal species that is stone when observed. The Blinding Angel. Stone when observed, but if you look away or blink, it can move. And it is incredibly fast. It sends you back in time and eats the time you would have lived. Ugh. So you're telling me they are like the ghosts from Mario 3. Same thing. Same idea. Aang can airbend a spell. That's pseudo counter spell that got to count for defense. Oh, is that how that works? Oh. Where did Aang go? Hold on, let's get Aang back. Aang! Come back, Aang. Which Aang? This one. Oh, that was the point of the flash. Exile it while it's exiled. Okay, I can count this card. This is a rare situation where I don't actually even read the entire card. You know what's my problem? I think there's only like one of these mechanics, which is Earthbend. I know Earthbend, and I just don't even know the other 4 exist. There's Earthbend, Airbend, Firebend, Waterbend. I don't know about the black one, if there's a black one. Next up. So Aang counts. Aang is perfectly fine. The Angel is a Doctor Who reference. Blinding makes sense. If you look at it, it's horrendous. You're blind. You know what? That is true. How does this work? Blinding. Oh, I guess the idea with the Blinding Angel is that when you look at, I guess if you deal damage, you're blinding that thing, but you're not actually seeing the angel itself. Next up, Rin with Morning Tide's Light. Black is also Firebend. Oh, did they combine it? They combined them together. Morning Tide's Light is a 4 mana sorcery. Exile any number of target creatures at the beginning of the next end step. Return those cards to the battlefield under their owner's control. So exile, that can be defense until your next turn. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to you. That is defense. This is all defense. Return those cards to the battlefield. It's all defense. Blink, and protection. Too much protection completely. We need some attack. Death Benders would be nuts. Yeah, that's exactly what we needed, though. We need Death Benders. We need Death Benders for danger. You have a clear path for offense. Oh, exile any number of target creatures. Oh, that's right. Oh, this works. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think about that. You can remove blockers just like the Brave the Elements. Exile any number of target creatures, not your own. You know, whenever I read a card like exile any number of target creatures, I'm usually thinking, well, you have to exile your own creatures. Like, that's the only... Why would you exile your opponent's creatures temporarily? Why would you want to blink them? That's insane. Okay, I can get behind that. In fact, actually, this card doesn't even work very well as a defensive, like, as a blink card, because it's a sorcery. Till your next turn, prevent all damage that be dealt to you. Okay, that's totally fair. Okay, Marcio. Empress Galena. That's the merfolk, right? It's a merfolk noble. I think I own this card and I just took it. I took it out of my commander deck because I was like, this is stupid. It's only good if everyone is playing really slowly. 5 mana for a 1/3 and for blue. Tap, gain control of target legend or legendary permanent. That your attacker is now my attacker. I'm gonna defend myself by attacking you with your own attacker. This actually opens up a bunch of design space. This is a great idea. There's no better way to defend yourself than by attacking your opponent with their own creature. Stop hitting yourself, opponent. What do we got next? Z-Man Vader wants Wall of Nets. By defending, it attacks. That is the point of today's show. 3 mana for a 0/7. At end of combat, remove Wall of Nets from the game, and all creatures blocking or blocked by the Wall of Nets. If Wall of Nets leaves play, return to play under their owner's control. All creatures removed from the game with Wall of Nets. It's like a weird Oblivion Ring. It's Oblivion Ring before Oblivion Ring existed. Felicia with Cherax. 4 mana for a 0/17. Spells your opponent's cast that target Cherax cost 2 more to cast. So that's our defense. And for 3 mana, it gets +X/-X until end of turn, where X is the number of islands you control. Also on the offense. Reread that maybe? Did I... What? The Wall of Nets? At end of combat, remove from the game all creatures blocked by Wall of Nets. Okay, so I exiled them. If Wall of Nets leaves play, return to play under their owner's control. All creatures removed from the game with Wall of Nets. So I block. That creature's exiled. If Wall of Nets dies, they get all their creatures back, right? Return to play all creatures under... I think I got it. I think I understand. It's like Oblivion Ring. But I got a block. Jesus! Siegel of Destruction. I don't know how to spell this card. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. I'm gonna just put of destruction. Let's see what comes up. The glyph of destruction, maybe? Is that what you wanted? I don't know what you want here. What is glyph of destruction? Red instant. Target wall gains +10/+0 when blocking. Any damage dealt to target wall is reduced to 0. That, you know what? That works. Was that it? Oh, it was glyph. Oh, you had me run on a wild goose chase for this card. Can we recommend Oblivion Ring now? Oblivion Ring is basically all defense. Or sorry, how do I put it? It needs to... The reason the wall counts for me is you need... Where's the Wall of Nets? The reason the wall works is that it has this offensive capability when it needs to be defensive. So it has to block in order to exile the card. The Oblivion Ring is just like a trigger, ETB, and then it's gone. Doc Sigma is like, I mean, it works, but like, yeah, I know. Vanderberg is like, who the F would play this thing? Well, at the low price of 50 cents, I think nobody's playing this thing. The Big Squig, Electric Seaweed. Electric Seaweed. Oh my god. This card. Or this level, I should say. What they literally made this into a card. For 4 mana, 0/4, Defender and Haste. When this creature enters, until end of turn, whenever another creature dies, this creature deals 1 damage to each non-wall creature. Tap, this creature deals 1 damage to any target. Okay, this definitely counts. It's a defending creature. So whenever this creature enters, until end of turn, whenever another creature dies, this creature deals 1 damage to each non-wall creature. I don't like the flavor of this card. Oops. I don't think the... Like, if I were to design this card, it's like whenever this thing blocks, it deals, I don't know, 4 damage to that creature. Like, that stupid electric seaweed was incredibly damaging. It's a video game reference. Oh, I know the video game because I played that video game. And what's funny is, like, that's like level number 2. No, it was level 3. The dam was level number 2. David says, oh my god, I don't know if that makes me want to buy that card or burn it. I hated that level. Everyone hated that level. I did get through it. It was only a few years ago that I actually beat the game. I went back and like at the end of my Twitch streams, I would play this game until I beat it. Took like a few months and I did it. Fan Factor, Monastery Flock. Monastery Flock. Let's get a few cards in. Reminds me of Angry Video Game Nerd. Oh yeah, he had a great video on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for the NES. The Flock. Don't flock around here. This is 3 mana 0/5, Defender and Flying, and it's got Morph. You know what? Yeah, it can actually attack. You can like morph this thing into a 2/2 and get into the red zone. Rare Blue Skittle. Does Psychosis Crawler count? Psychosis Crawler. What is it, some weird brain? 5 mana for a star. Power and toughness are each equal to the number of cards in your hand. Whenever you draw a card, each opponent loses 1 life. It does not do anything. No defense, all offense. Christopher B says, will you be getting any Universes Beyond cards from this year besides the Atlanteans from Marvel since they're merfolk? Not that I know of. Nothing. If something gets powerful enough for Modern and Legacy that can be thrown into a random blue deck, I probably will. I might get them might get some cards for Commander, but I have not. None of them have hit my interest. There's a lot of multicolored cards, and I play mostly mono blue decks. Indiana Jones says old Nintendo games couldn't be very long, so they made them very hard to make them last. I like that aspect of it. I like the old games. I liked it when they were painfully difficult. Okay, one more. Okay, we're gonna give it to you, Belle. Arachnogenesis. Is Mermaid Man a merfolk for the SpongeBob full set? I have no idea. Arachnogenesis is a 3 mana instant. Create X 1/2 green spider creature tokens with reach. So you can definitely surprise somebody if you play this at instant speed. Where X is the number of creatures attacking you, and you prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn by non-spider creatures. What a beautiful, beautiful card to end the show on. I like that card a lot. Definitely on the defense, also on the attack, as double defense and double attack. As usual, my coffee crew. I don't know what the times are going to be. I don't know if this might be the last one that's at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. I will think about it. You'll know. I'll leave announcements on the YouTube channel, and I'll let people know on Discord. But I'm strongly thinking we have 3 days in the morning, 2 days in the evening, every single week. Because this show in the middle of the day is a little bit more awkward than I thought it would be. After doing this for 2 years, we might be going back to some so this will be some very early in the day, some very later in the day. Sullivan says, with my luck, I'll only have that card when attacked by a spider deck. Absolutely. All right, everyone. And we will be back. Remember, March 3rd. We are going... I believe it's March 3rd that I'm back. When am I back exactly? There'll be replays to watch. No, I come back on the 3rd. But the show will be back on the 4th. On the 4th, Wednesday. It'll be a custom card show. I know the custom card people, they won't be gone. They'll make sure they'll be there. So as usual, what do we got here? Thanks to everyone who supports the show. Thanks, everybody. Double thumbs up. Hopefully you'll still be supporting the show when I come back. Everyone who's a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show. And of course, thanks to everyone who contributes as well. People like Indiana Jones, Benjamin Berkey, Christopher B, Old Boy, Solfim, Mappius, Hexanort, Bob Talks Bridge, The Big Squig. We have Bell, Mercenary, Islarf, Jess, and many more. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing those coffees. We're going to keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.